Hello, my name is Sachiko Salsa Airashii with NIM 44250951. And now I wanted to share my opinion about smoking in campus. So basically, as a student, I feel strongly that smoking should not happen anywhere on campus or even close to campus. First of all, smoking is dangerous, harmful, and unsafe, not just for the smoker, but also for the people who nearby the smokers too. The problems that can appear from secondhand smoke for someone who does not smoke is, for example, lung disease, heart problems, which is really scary to think about. Our, our campus should keep being a safe, healthy place for everyone, both student, teachers, and staff. Second of all, if students or any part of the campus community are allowed to smoke on campus or near campus, we are telling and showing students, especially younger ones, that smoking is okay and that this behavior is acceptable. I believe a campus should be a clean and climate friendly place, and cigarettes can pollute and make it dirty, which is another reason I think it needs to be banned, since littering is very harmful to our world and takes a long time to decompose and disappear. If smoking is completely banned, I think campus would even uh, be more enjoyable for everyone all the time. Our campus needs to stay healthy for everyone by avoiding cigarettes, and I believe it was also be more united. Thank you for listening. Hello, back with me again. Now we're in part two, and now I will explain to you about simple present tense. Introduction. Now I wanted to explain from the beginning till the end. So, simple present is an English tense that we use every day. It is also a verb tense and is mainly formed by using the base form of the verbs. For example, we use the simple present tense for habits, routines, facts, and also opinion. Next, we have the different forms of simple present. Now we have affirmative sentence, and from affirmative sentence we have basic sentence, subject plus base verb, and for example is I study English every day, or it could also be I practice soccer every Monday, something like that. And then next we have negative sentence. So basically negative sentence is when it's something negatively powered. Also the structure is subject plus do or does plus not plus base verb. And for example, on this one is I do not like tomatoes, or we could also use I do not like broccolis, I do not like corns, something like that. And then next we have question sentence. For the question sentence, the form to use, this is the form to use when you trying to make a question. The structure to this one is do or does plus subject plus base verb, question mark, so it is. An example of this one is does she sing well? Or we could also use something like does he sing well? Or we could also use does he swim well? Yeah. Next, we have the third person singular. For this one, this refers to something different than the speaker or the listener. We could also add as or es to the verbs for he, she, it. So it would look something like he works every day, or She practices every day. Yeah, something like that. And then now, next we have the spelling rules of simple present tense. Common rule that is most verbs add some as if the verbs is already end with as, sh, or ch, or x, then we can also add es to the end. So like the verbs is ending in the consonant y that changes to the y to the I plus es. So the example for this one is study to studies. Now I wanted to tell you about simple present is used to talk about habits, routine, facts, and opinions, which are the main ways to use this tense in everyday life. Next, we have habits. So habits are actions we do regularly. For example, I wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and it shows repeated actions. Also, it could be like I go to school at 7 a.m. every day. Yeah. And then next part we have routines. So routines are regular daily activities. For example, she goes to school by bus, or could also be like he go to work by bicycle. Now we're going to facts. Facts are always true and do not change. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So simple present can also be used to describe truth. And opinion. We can also use simple present to express opinions or beliefs. For example, I think learning English is fun. Or we could also use she thinks learning basketball is fun. Yeah. Now, the next part we have common mistakes. Forgetting the es for he, she, it is like an example for he play football instead of he plays football. Using base verb instead of do or does in negative. Example is she not like coffee instead of she does not like coffee. And now we are moving to tips. So basically, therefore, the easiest thing to do to avoid some common mistakes is just to remember that we should always check for the he, she, it endings and use do or does for negatives or questions. And for the summary, basically, to summarize it all up, habits, routines, facts, opinions, we have to add the as, yes for he, she, it, and use do or does for negative or questions. So to summarize simple present, it is to not complicate if you remember the rules. And that is all for the explanation of simple present tense from me. I hope it's easy to understand, and thank you for listening.